Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Denver, Colorado. I'm so glad you could join me today. I have a video of the unboxing of several items that I've managed to order from the new annual catalog, and I'm very excited to share them with you. So let's just get started. Okay, I thought we would start with the new in colors. What we have here is pale papaya, we have fresh freesia, soft succulent, polished pink, and evening evergreen. And those are the names of the colors, and I am just in love with them. This is kind of a peachy color, and it has some matching material. This is the ribbon that goes with this particular one, and it comes in all of the colors. There's the pink, I managed to pull that one out, the polished pink, and let's see, this is the color I'm in love with, this evening evergreen. Oh my gosh, that is just so pretty. And there's more coming that I can't tell you about yet, but there's some exciting new products that are coming with this as well. So there are the ribbon colors that go with these beautiful new in colors. And aren't they just gorgeous? I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this. I've already made a card using this one. And my box just got here. So I have the markers, and I have already, we have the blends. And so I've used the evening evergreen and the papaya blends so far. And I think it's going to be great fun to have all of this material to work with these. And I have my inks, and got the evening evergreen one open because like I said, I've already used it, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So that is the new in colors. And let's see, there is some designer series paper that's available with this, and there are some gems, and I've already used a few of mine, but they come in each of the colors, and they're kind of iridescent. They're really pretty, and so we're going to be able to have rhinestone gems with these in colors for the next year. I can hardly wait. We were very limited in being able to order just one of some things. They've had quite a bit of trouble in the international shipping. In fact, there was going to be more that was going to be available to us to get out of the box here, and it's the international shipping. It is a mess. And so there are some things that just haven't yet arrived. And we got word, I think it was day before yesterday, that some more of the material has come in. And so I have put my order in for some of that missing material. And as that comes in, I will share it with you. But those are the in colors. And there's the next thing I want to show you is part of a suite. This is part where we had some trouble with the shipping. So what I have here is the stamp set and a new punch. And so here is the punch and the stamp set. And the suite is called Simply Elegant. And you'll see here that the images on here are just beautiful. And the sentiments are great. There's even a border stamp here. This one is red rubber, and the sentiments are, in fact, it's called Elegantly Said. Wishing you a wonderful birthday, happy anniversary, All the things you do are simply amazing. Thank you for you. Life has changed for you, but my love and support never will. True love stories last forever. And there's all kinds of pretty things. And the paper that's going to come with this is absolutely stunning. There is cording, I think, that comes with this one. Let me just make sure I'm looking at the right thing here. And yes, this is Simply Elegant trim, and it's a 2-pack, and it's gold and silver trim. And the paper is foiled, and it is in grays and gold, and it's just beautiful, very Art Deco in its appearance. And so that is part of the Simply Elegant suite. Then the next thing is something called Pansy Petals. And here is the pansy dies and the pansy patch stamp set, and it's a multi-step stamping opportunity to make these beautiful pansies. And it says, the little things you do make such a difference. Love you much. Wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. A little hello from me to you. Thank you and happy birthday. And then these are the dies. And it looks like the dies cut out all of the pansy pieces and the outlines and the leaves. And there's just all kinds of little pieces here. Now, I haven't cut everything out myself yet. Just kind of getting to it. So as soon as I'll start putting some things together using these. But there is the pansy punch. And let me show you the pansy paper. And this is the paper. And this paper is called Pansy Petals Designer Series paper. And it's got these beautiful patterns. So these pansies, and then this is the back side of the paper, this yellow little tiny flower paper. Then these green leaves, and look what we've got, ladies, we've got gingham. So there's gingham on the back side of an awful lot of these. So this one is orange and yellow pansies with purple, and then we've got purple gingham behind that. We've got these larger pansies, and then this is the polka dots behind that. Then these pansies with some leaves, and then there's this bold green stripe behind it, and then more pansies, larger clusters of flowers. Isn't that pretty? With the dark leaves. This might be that new evening evergreen color. We'll have to look at what the items are. And then this peach colored gingham here at the end. Pretty, isn't it? All right, so this is Blackberry Bliss, which I'm not surprised about. Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, so that beautiful evergreen. Fresh Freesia, which is this kind of purpley color in here. And Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, Soft Seafoam, Soft Succulent, and Whisper White. So it's got a lot of the in colors in it, and it is just beautiful. And let's see, there's one other thing that comes in this suite. And it is, I think, yes, we have Bumblebee trinkets. So let me get those out so that you can see them. And so we have these cute little gold bumblebees. I'll bring a couple of them up here to the camera so you can see them. Aren't they pretty? So those are the trinkets that go with. And that is pretty much everything in that suite. The paper, the trinkets, the dies, and the multiple step stamping. So that is the Pansy Petals suite. You can order everything in one number, or you can order the individual pieces of that. And this will be available May the 1st. All right, the next item I want to show you is what they're calling Beauty of the Earth. Okay, so this is the stamp set called Beauty of Friendship. So it's thinking of you, I believe in you, hello, thank you, friendships refresh the soul, you truly inspire me. And then there is this tree, and then different canopies that you can put and stamp on top of it. And then there is a tree die. And let's see, these are photopolymer. So, and this is something new. They're putting the cases out so that you can undo your stamps and put them right on these images that are on the inside of the cases. I think that's pretty cool. So we've got all of those, and then the dies are the canopy, and then we've got evergreen here, and there's an evergreen outline, and then we've got a couple of items for sentiments. Looks like we've got a couple of bird cutouts here, and I don't see that we have a stamp for those, but they're a right hand and a left hand little bird, but they're really not so little. I put my thumbnail next to that, and they're pretty good sized. So we've got the canopy for the tree, and let's see, this one cuts out a smaller, or the outline maybe of this tree. Yeah, of this tree. And so we've got lots of different things here that we can add to our tree dies. And the stamp set is called Beauty of Friendship, and the dies are called Beautiful Trees dies. Then that set comes with paper. Okay, here is the paper for this, goes with this suite. It's called Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. And so it's a lot of greenery and wood elements. So here is one side. On the back, we have this wood grain. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? It's kind of a fading color wash, watercolor wash in all kinds of pretty colors. Those would make some beautiful card fronts. They're just gorgeous. And then look at these trees, this kind of simulation of evergreen trees. That's on the back side of this paper. Then we have this beautiful fallish looking leaves in blues and some oranges. And then we've got a sky scene in watercolor wash on the back side of that one. Then there's this one, which is dark green and lighter green and dark blue leaf pattern with speckles. And look at this. This is what's on the back side of this. Look at those wintry looking evergreen trees. It's just beautiful. Just so pretty. And then look at this one. This you can capture from all different points of view, from the side, coming in this way, from the side, from the top, all the way around, like you're laying on the ground looking up through a canopy of trees. It's just gorgeous. And then this tree looks like fall trees or fall tree colors to me, is what's on the back side of that paper. Then we have this sort of stand of trees and with a green watercolor wash background. And so those are the paper that goes with this suite, Beauty of the Earth suite. And so it's got the trees, it's got the dies, and it has this paper. There's also an embossing folder that goes with this that's called Bark. And it's one of the things that's delayed in shipping, so I don't have that one at this point. Oh, this is my favorite. This one is called hand pinned. And hand pinned is this hand pinned petals is this suite of flowers and seed pods that looks like lady's mantle, and this flower down here that has this innards that can fill that in, and then these are all two-step stamping if you want to add some inner color to some of these, and a different font than we've had. Thanks. Anything is possible. Congratulations. Feel better, friend. I like that one. It's lovely. This one, then, these are the dies. So you have all of the various flowers here represented in different sizes, and there's 3 of these little ones. I love it when they do that. This kind of border die that looks like it only cuts out the scallop on this end and puts a stitching down for you. And then this die looks like it cuts out this flower and this die, and this outline cut out this particular flower here. Anyway, it's just gorgeous. Now, this one has lots of components. This one has these gems, which are in called Genial Gems, and they're kind of a pale green and a pale yellow, and they look like they have sparkle in them. So they're kind of like enamel dots, but they feel like they're harder, and they're adhesive backed. And I love the colors. Let me show you this beautiful paper. This paper is stunningly beautiful. There is the top sheet, and this paper is called Hand Pen Designer Series paper. And the colors in here are just amazing. There is Basic Black, Bumblebee, no, Blushing Bride, Cinnamon Cider, Daffodil Delight, Garden Green, Highland Heather, Mint Macaron, Misty Moonlight, Pale Papaya, Pool Party, and Whisper White. Now, there's this beautiful floral pattern that has this pretty stripe behind it. That's one. I'm in love with these color combinations. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Such a pretty combination of Blushing Bride and this pale papaya color, and then the Daffodil Delight thrown in there. And then look at this pretty polka dot pattern for the back side of that one. Then look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? With a Misty Moonlight, which is, I just love that color. It's just so beautiful. And then it's got this pretty green in the background with a light floral pattern in it. Then this one with the Highland Heather and the flowers and the yellows and pale blue with a Highland Heather backgroundy kind of paper. Then this one is just a riot of color. It's got the Highland Heather and the Misty Moonlight and the pinks and the yellows, and it's just got everything in it. And then it's got this pretty pink on the back side of that one. Now this one is another one, more distinctive flowers, featuring the Misty Moonlight and the Blushing Bride, and then it's got this yellow background of Daffodil Delight. Isn't that pretty? Now this one, this set also comes with a Memories and More card pack. And if you've watched me for any time, you know I buy these card packs because they're such a good buy. And they come with cards that are thicker than cardstock that are this size, which, if you think about it, fit pretty well on a card front. And these are really meant for people who do the albums, the photo albums. And a lot of the designer series paper is captured on both sides. This one says Everyday Adventure, and then it's got that on the back side. And I put these in order so you could see the fronts and the back. So that one is a pale papaya, but there's no reason in the world that that can't be cut down to put on the front of a card. And then this is what's on the back side. Life is a garden of possibilities, and even that cut down for a card that would go landscape. Let's see if I can pull up a card front here. This is a card front in the wrong color, but you get the idea. This almost fits on here perfectly, so it could be cut down. So that was the front of your card. And so these things are just wonderful. And here's one with purple flowers. And on the back side of it, it has more words. There's some that are blacks and whites, and other kinds of things. So they're really good. And I have found that I can make a ton of cards out of one of these packs. And if I remember right, this Memory and More card pack, I'm not running across it, but they're usually pretty affordable, $10 or $12. And then it also comes with several pages of stickers, and they're all matching, just different kinds of stickers and labels that you can use on your cards. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of the stickers, and then all of these beautiful card fronts that you can do quite a bit with, and they're simply beautiful. And so this was the package, and that's going to be available. And then I think there's some envelopes that go with this, and some note cards maybe that would work with I think with the smaller size of these cards in this pack. And I think those are stunningly beautiful. And look how beautifully these gems go with this paper. Isn't it gorgeous? And then in addition to that, this is another of the new ribbons that we're getting. And this one is in the pale papaya. There we go. And this one is like a soft cotton weave, and it's got white edging on it. I mean, you can see how the combinations of some of these things go together. They're just absolutely wonderful. So there is this material, and then again, here's your stamp and your die set. And it's just got so many of the new in colors, and it's a lovely, lovely set. So that is the one called Hand Pinned. The next one I have to show you is just some bundles. There is one called Quiet Meadow, and here's the Quiet Meadow. And then the dies that go with that are called Meadow dies, and this is what they are. So there's this beautiful set here, and then there's all different kinds of flowers that you can cut out with these dies, leaves and flowers that you could color in, and it's got a nice splatter on it and some nonsense words. Love, thinking of you, you're too kind, heartfelt love and caring thoughts are with you, in this big beautiful flower here. And that is one of the bundles in the set, and it's called Quiet Meadow Bundle. Isn't that pretty? Just very, very pretty. The next one I have for you is called Flowers of Friendship Bundle, and that is this one, Flowers of Friendship, and that one comes with a punch. And this is the punch that comes with that, and it cuts out these flowers here and these leaves. So it looks like you could do all kinds of things with cutting out these flowers and stacking them. That's going to be fun to play with, just to see what we can do to kind of put some of these different things together. And I don't know that these petals necessarily work on this flower, but it might. We'll have to see. This one is called Flowers of Friendship Bundle. So there's that one. Then the next one after that is something called Inspired Thoughts Bundle. And here is the die set. And we have this beautiful stand of trees. And then we have all of these pieces that cut out part of a canopy. So I think you could probably put this piece on the tops of some of these trees, and maybe this piece along the bottom of some of these trees. And there's just different ones here, and it's got a long base that's wider than your card base would be. Yep, it would fit all the trees on there, but the base would go beyond. And then there's a card front to tell you how much of your card front would be taken up with those trees. So pretty well fill your card. And it looks like we've got a little sun here. And then this kind of a wavy strip that's going to cut hillsides for us and that kind of thing. Anyway, that's what it's called. Those are called Inspiring Canopy Dies. And then these are the Inspired Thoughts. And this one is a whole stamp set of nothing but sentiments. And there's peace, joy, love, you make a difference every day, sympathy, it's your time to be remembered, to feel appreciated and know you're celebrated. There's even a Christmas thing here, sending healing thoughts your way, thinking of you on your special day, congratulations, thank you so much. Sheltering you with love at a time, the words fall short. So it's a lovely set. And again, that one is called Inspired Thoughts Bundle. Then the next one I have to show you is one called Color and Contour Bundle. And here is the color. And then this one is the contour. And these dies are called Scalloped Contour Dies. And I've already used, in fact, you can see the paper stuck in there. I've already used this one. And it's got this great scallop with a stitching or a dotted piece here. And these dies look like they cut out, this die cuts out this flower. And this die cuts out this flower, it looks like. And then we've got some leaves and a bud and some ways to add some color to the inside of those flowers. And again, pretty font. And it's called, again, Color and Contour Bundle. We'll have to figure out how to do that. But it's got all the months of the year. And then it's got a day to remember. Don't forget, happy birthday. That's a nice happy birthday. It's your day. Balloons, hearts, flowers, stars, and a way to circle the day on the calendar. Then there are a couple of additional stamp sets. And this is one of them. Days to Remember. And it's got the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing, and then it's got a couple of calendar days here. And the stamps, let's see what the stamps do. Okay, so we have, oh, I see. The stamps, all of those dates are connected together in one large stamp. Yeah, that's how it works. If your month starts this way, then it wraps around so that you can capture however the month works. Very clever. I'll have to mess with that. So you can make any month of the year start with any date or any day of the week. And the way it's laid out, you can pick up a whole month at a time. It would just depend on what you manage to ink up. So this might be one for the Stamparatus to get exactly right, so that you might be able to stamp it and then cut out your month, the month that you want. Very interesting. Should be fun to mess with. And it's photopolymer, so it's going to be fairly forgiving. And again, the images are in the back of the case. Okay, so that is one, and that one's called Days to Remember. The next one is this one, and it just looked kind of fun. It's spiral die, so it's an old, like the old tie-dye shirts, and it's a big background stamp in red rubber. Spiral die. This one, now that I have a grandson, I have to buy these things. So you've got a happy birthday to someone who makes others happy. You're the best, make a wish. And there's candles and a cake and these little puffins. Party puffins is what they're called. They're kind of cute. So there's that. Then there were two others. These are host stamps that I'm going to show you next. When you have a party or your order is over $150, then you can select from the host stamps. And I thought these two were particularly interesting, so I got these two. This one is called Natural Textures, and there's a basket weave, what could be a brick wall, something that looks like burlap, something that looks like straw tied together like a broom, or something like that, or fields. Anyway, I thought for adding texture, I liked all of these, and stamped off and put in the background of your card can make things look very interesting. And this one is called Better Places, and it was just intriguing to me with the lines seen of these hills with the water and then the leaves in between, and it could be spring, it could be summer, it could be fall. I have a hard time being winter, but there's one here that could be winter. And so there's a way to stamp this one, which has clouds and some evergreens in the background. It's got a branch. Celebrate the wonder of this day. You make the world a better place. And happy Father's Day. So I got these two, which I think are kind of fun. Those are separate, just stamps. Then I got a couple that are just dies. And these were intriguing to me. Basic border dies. And so there's this chevron or diamond shape here, a circle or an oval for one side, and this one, which gives you kind of this flat top with the sides going away. This one almost looks like clouds. This one looks a bit like mountains. And this one is just a zigzag pattern. And I thought it would be kind of fun to have this in my stash, borders to add interest to our cards. And it looks like it cuts away on these three in the middle. So you get stitching on either side. It might be kind of fun to use something like this down the front panel and then separate it and put something interesting peeking out from behind that. I'm already getting some ideas on that one. That should be fun to mess with. And then this one, which is a set of tag dies, tailor-made tag dies, and they've got the holes punched, and they've got a way for you to put the reinforcements, and you can die cut those out with, there's 4 circles and 3 of these flat-topped pieces that would make the reinforcements like for a tag. And so that might be kind of interesting because you could offset these and do these in white with this in craft, or these in colors with this in white. I think it would be very interesting. This will be fun and interesting to mess with. And sometimes I think you can make a beautiful tag and just plop it on the front of a card and make a beautiful card. So I was interested in those. Then I got also this, which is they're calling Baker's Twine Essential Pack. And there is like a crumb cake, a white, a vanilla, a black, and this one is kind of a gray. And so I got this one because I thought that would be useful to have. Baker's Twine Essential. And then I've got a couple more ribbons to show you, so I'm going to open up these ribbon packages. This is just beautiful, and it's Highland Heather, and it's called Grosgrain Ribbon. But it's got a real pretty silver sparkle in it. Isn't that pretty? And that looks to be 1/2 inch. Yeah, it's a little bit wider than 1/2 inch. So very, very pretty, beautiful color. Make a big impact on your card. Yes, it's considered 1/2 inch grosgrain ribbon. So there's that. This is another ribbon that is in smoky slate, and it's called textured ribbon, and it's a big wide one. This one looks to be, boy, that's 7/8 of an inch. That's big. Let's see, what does it say? Yep, 7/8 of an inch, 10 yards. That is some serious ribbon. Now, I might be able to do some fun things with it. It's kind of shiny and smooth, soft. It's very pretty. This one feels more like fabric. This one looks like, I don't know what that material is, but you can see, I don't know if you can see the shininess on that and how that changes. It's really pretty. We haven't had smoky slate ribbon for a while. Let's see. Then I showed you all of the in-color ribbons. This might be the last thing I have to show you. I think it is. And this went with that pinned and pinned flowers. This one is very interesting. I decided to order them just to see what they were like. And they're little flowers that have some dimension to them. At first I thought they were going to be like strips of plastic, but they're not. They're pretty wide. I'm going to try to put one between my fingers there so you can see just how wide that is. And they're little plastic flowers in, looks like Highland Heather, the polished pink, and this pale papaya. Anyway, I ordered a package of them just so I could see what they were like. And there are two sizes. There's the very large flowers, and then I'm going to pop this one on here so you can see. There's a much smaller flower that you could add separately to your package. And it comes, so there's a few of each of the colors that are in here. Interesting. I don't know what I think. I'm going to have to see them on a card to know. Anyway, that is the extent of the material that I received. And like I said, I have more coming. And as it comes, I'll put it in the front of one of my videos coming up. I'm just going to put these beautiful ribbons back out here in the new in colors just because they're so pretty. So that does it for me today. And I will make a card or two with some of this new material, and then we'll go back to the January to June catalog that goes all the way till the end of June. And then we'll have the new annual catalog, which you'll be able to see and start ordering from. Now, if you're one of my customers, you may have already started getting your catalogs in the mail. And what I did was I sent catalogs to everybody that had placed an order with me in the last 6 months. So you should have catalogs on your way to you right now. And we have all of this beautiful ribbon in these new in colors and some wonderful gems. And we have these beautiful blends. And that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. I love my subscribers. You guys are great. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, well, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Or you could join my team. It's a lot of fun to be on my team, too. We do lots of fun things, and it's just a blast. We have a good time. People on the team are a generous, very talented group, happy to share, very supportive of one another, and it's just a wonderful experience. So there are some of those colors and some of the ribbons that we got. And let's see, this is April, so my prize draw for the end of the month is a $60 shopping spree on me, and all you have to do to get yourself in the drawing is to place an order on my store, albedinger.stampinup.net, or you can get to it through my blog, www.inkandingenuity.com. So again, that's it for me, and I'll be back soon with more cards, more projects, and more tips. Bye.